Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Daily Gold YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in for another edition of Macro Mondays. This is being recorded for the early morning of Tuesday, September 30th, 2025, and it's the end of the month, and that means we got new monthly charts coming and our usual monthly recap with Vince Lanci. But in today's video, I want to talk about the silver breakout that nobody is talking about. And yes, as we're recording this, silver is up through 47 in the futures market, closed above 47 in the spot market on Monday. But you know what also happened? And I'm not going to make you wait until the end of the video. And that silver is now breaking out against my beloved 60-40 portfolio. And nobody's talking about that. So let me get into the video and discuss why this is so important and what the short and medium term implications might be for silver in nominal terms. It's been a long time since I've been talking about gold against the 60-40 portfolio. If you are new to this channel, this is something I was talking about almost week to week, month to month, leading up to this point right here. You got to go back to earlier this year when gold finally broke out of this 10-year long base against the 60-40 portfolio. Now, why is this significant? Well, very quickly, let me go back and do a history lesson. So going back to the early 70s, we can see here, this is when gold broke out against the 60-40 portfolio, and then gold and silver and everything exploded after that. You can see that breakout was after gold bottom, similar to here, gold bottom 22, 23. So the breakout against the 60-40 was even after gold broke out from the super bullish cup and handle pattern. And then you go back to the last secular bull market in gold. Gold broke out against the 60-40 and reclaimed the 40-month moving average really here at the beginning of 2002. And the stocks had already bottomed at that point, but the stocks made another huge leg higher after this breakout. And so back to the present, what happened right before or around the point when gold broke out from this 10-year long base? Well, look at these moves in GDXJ, for example, and silver down here. Silver, 75% move. GDXJ, this is over a doubling. Look at that. That is a monster move in less than a year's time. So gold breaking out against the 60-40, what does that signal? That signals that more capital is going to move away from conventional investments, stocks and bonds, and into gold. And that helps the leverage parts of the sector, which is everything else. Okay, so that's the importance of gold breaking out against the 60-40. And I just wanted to throw this out. This is another thing. Gold stocks have broken out against the 60-40. So this is another indicator telling us that money is actually moving out of conventional, that's the 60-40 portfolio, and into gold stocks of all things. First it was gold. Now, increasingly, we're seeing money go into gold stocks. And, you know, that move really started at the beginning of the year. But recently, we've gotten this breakout, and this tells us that there's more room. There's more room for this to move. It can move like that. And by the way, here's GDXJ against the 60-40. This is all the way back up. I haven't even checked, but this might have closed at a new 12-year high. But this is beautiful. Look at where that's come to. Okay, now let's talk about silver. So silver against the 60-40 here. This is weekly. This is silver against the stock market. So in daily terms last week and also the close last week, both of those broke out. They broke past these highs. So in daily and weekly closing terms, we have seen a breakout in silver against the 60-40. I'm going to get to the monthly chart, but I digress for the moment. Now, the question is, are we going to see this breakout continue to shoot up like that and make a peak? Or maybe it moves up a little bit, consolidates, and then shoots higher again. I don't know, but here's one thing to keep in mind. Here's silver against the stock market, which is 60% of this ratio. Now, this has had a beautiful breakout from here, this 4-year long base against the stock market. In this type of move, there should be more room to the upside here. If you do a measured upside target, you know, this could potentially move up to around here, 0.08. So there could be more room for this to move, which also means that maybe there's a little bit more room, at least for this to move up. Okay. Now silver's at 46, 47. So this gives it more juice to not only get to 50, maybe it'll go a little bit above 50. Okay. Now, finally, here is silver against the 60-40 portfolio. I call this my master chart because this is my official monthly data here. And yes, this is filled in. We have one more day in the month, so hopefully you don't see anything crazy with respect to silver against the 60-40 on Tuesday. But this is monthly right here. And so this is closed above the 2020 high and the 2016 high. So basically, unless something funky happens, I should say today, because you'll be viewing this on Tuesday, then we have a daily, weekly, and monthly breakout for silver against the 60-40. And so this type of move, this is setting up for a huge move like that over the coming years. Okay? Look what happened here. I could have put a line here. This is a smaller bottoming pattern here in the last secular bull, but we all know what happened after. Let's go back in here and look at this point. After this breakout, silver had a huge move high, a huge way to go. So this is where we are here and now. The move away from conventional to silver, it's only starting. The move away from conventional investments into silver, it's only started here in recent months. Now, what does this breakout tells us? That tells us that what's already started is likely to accelerate now in the very big picture. So it doesn't mean it's going to accelerate in the next day or week or month or two, although it might. But over the next year or two, this baby can really move like that. Oh, and by the way, here's silver, again, almost at 47 on this chart, closing in on 50, and this is the second greatest breakout of all time. So that's the reality. It's a shorter than usual video, but that's because we really don't need to say a whole lot. Just look at what's happening. We already had gold break out against the 60-40. And that was super bullish for the entire precious metal sector. GDX and gold stocks, they've broken out against the 60-40 portfolio. Now, silver is, as we speak, breaking out of this 11-year-long base against the 60-40 portfolio. That's really bullish for the sector. That means even more money is coming in, and it's going to go more speculative. It's going to filter down. And we're going to start to see the next wave of this bull market, we will start to see higher valuations. This move that we've seen over the last 18 months or so, valuations have not increased that much during this move. They've gone from really undervalued to kind of fair value. So this next move, a lot more money is going to come into the sector over the next few years, and valuations are going to move up significantly. And this breakout here, this is what's going to take silver to $100 an ounce in the next 12 to 18 months when it breaks 50. Now, short term, there is a Fibonacci target for silver at $58. So keep that in mind, and also keep the $50 target in mind. So we'll talk more about silver in the next video or two. Thank you so much for tuning in. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Love to hear from you. And I'll talk to you guys again in the next video. Thank you, and have a great week.